Hi and welcome back. We today have the honor to host the Vice Chancellor of the University of Mauritius. You will see that his passion for what he does is quite obvious when he speaks. Let's listen to his views on how things have moved right now, but also the future of the tertiary education in the country. Good. Professor Jari, thank you very much for being on the channel today. It's a great pleasure to have you here.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
So, Professor Jari, you've been the Vice Chancellor at the university for the past 3 years. For me, the university does three things. It's about bringing education to the youth. It's also about doing research and trying to shift perspectives of the population and the whole generation, if I can say so. Let's start with the first one, as bringing education in these times. How have things changed and what have you managed to do in that very short time?
Look, it was very important when I joined this university as Vice Chancellor to rethink the whole action and purpose of the University of Mauritius. We have been around for the past 52 years, and we have concentrated most of our actions on teaching. Now, should we continue on that track after 52 years, or should we change gear and bring more impact on the country's development? I think that this should be the case for the University of Mauritius. We should look at how we can impact more on the country's development. So when we look at that, what we see is that the country is putting a lot of emphasis on new technologies, on diversification of its economy, on finding new areas for development. So we think that if we are to embark on an innovation phase of our economy, we got to prepare people for that. So to move innovation, it is important that we focus on research. So I came up with a vision of a research engaged, but not only just research, but entrepreneurial university. And again, you find that the term entrepreneurial is linked to the economy. So in other terms, my vision for the University of Mauritius was not only to impact on research and innovation, but also to develop that kind of entrepreneurial mindset the country needs to be able to develop new areas.
So entrepreneurial mindset, that's very interesting. How are you changing things for you to be able to bring that entrepreneurial mindset among the students of the university?
Yeah, look, it takes years, if not decades, to be able to instill a new culture, right? When we talk of entrepreneurial mindset, even at the level of the staff of the university, it means a lot. It means, changing the way they view things. Before I joined this university, people were not thinking of, for example, working very closely with industry. But now we work with them closely. We invite people to come to the university to be able to share. Over and above, the training aspects, we have also put in place things like, for example, the Agri-Tech Park, where we are developing projects with industry, where we want not just to do traditional agriculture, but we want to do modern agriculture. We want to do digital agriculture. We want to inspire our students. So this is entrepreneurial mindset.
So you talk about being proactive, you talk about entrepreneurial mindset. Let's come and bring it to the students and bring it to the way of teaching. It's often been looked at that we are teaching people of the next generation by using techniques of the previous generation. How are you changing things?
As I mentioned to you, we have been very bold in moving from a very old credit system to the learner-centered credit system. We want them not just to learn, not just to gain knowledge, but to develop skills. And the learner-centered credit system is precisely to enable students to develop their skills. So it's 30 hours of learning and 15 hours of case studies, of guest lecturing, of site visits, of internships, so that they can build their own skills. So that is very important. This is building the independent way. The university is no longer only a place where you will dispense knowledge. The university is a place where you dispense knowledge and skills. And the way you assess universities today is on how many students will get employed in the next 6 months. So if we're not moving with what is happening all over the world, we'll not be able to employ our students. They will not get employed. We will always be in our country talking of skills mismatch. But things have also to start earlier. If at the secondary level, these people have been working in such a way that they are very bookish, that they are just focused on answering exam questions, and they think that things will be all the time easy for them. I don't think we can change a lot in just 3 years at the university. So I think it's not just university through the teaching and learning will magically change things. It will also depend on the environment that we have.
And I saw in one of your videos that you posted recently on your Voice that you're saying that this whole pandemic is going to change the way that universities are and going to change the way that universities are constructed. What's your vision of how the University of Mauritius is going to be tomorrow?
Yeah, look, I wrote that a couple of weeks ago, but I strongly believe that what we call back to normal or normalcy should not be the norm. If we are constantly thinking that we should go back to normal, that is pre-COVID, it means that we have not learned anything. It means that we have not drawn any lesson. Should we not review the whole way of doing things? Should we not, for example, also not review the whole content of our lectures? I don't think we can be bookish. What we found in COVID is we need people who've got ready-made solutions, who can think outside the box and say, well, given the circumstances, we can find solutions to the problems. This is what we need, don't we? So can we still be in the same mindset of saying, look, well, everything is fine, others will do that for us? I don't think so.
Sure. And you're obviously very, very passionate of what you do and the way forward. Last question would be, what would be your next top three priorities for the university going forward based on everything you've learned and your outlook?
Yeah, I mean, first, as I mentioned to you, our top priority is to review next year's modes of teaching and learning. That is one of our top priorities. We have set a target of a minimum of 50% of all programs online. That is very important. That will change the whole thing. The second thing that is in my mind very important is to accelerate the digitalization of the university. This is something important. We got to be the place where people, when they think of digital, they think of the University of Mauritius. And through the acceleration of the digitalization of the university, a lot of things could be done. It's not only digitalization, but it's also putting forward the concept of the eco-campus, which we've been championing for many years now, smart and eco-campus. And thirdly, we have been championing a research-engaged and entrepreneurial university. I don't think we should move away from that. We should continue to accompany the country in its innovation phase. So research and entrepreneurial activities will continue to be our priority.
Great. Thank you very much, Professor Jareed. You're obviously very passionate of what you do. All the best for the future.
Thank you very much, and keep it up, and I wish you all my best wishes.
I'm sure that you found the passion with which Professor Jareed speaks very interesting. Please keep tuned for the other interviews that are to come, but until then, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and send your comments on what you would expect more or less that we should be doing. Until then, take care.